una manera te has topado. Tristan and Kyle son aburridos. El podcast.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Humanicat for Catmanity. Sometimes you need a cat tree for your cat. Or a doghouse for your dog. Sometimes you can't afford that. If only there was a non-profit company who could help. Humanicat for Catmanity is here to help. 6 adults will show up to your house dressed as animals to build you whatever you need.
No employees at Humanicat for Catmanity are trained in construction, hygiene, or renting a room.
Tickle my pickle. Tickle my pickle. Never mind.
What? I'm sick. You are sick. I am really sick in 2 different ways. Yeah, sick with it and also sick in my body and feel like shit. Correct. What do you think about that for a new intro?
What up, though?
I don't like it.
Okay.
Intro for life or intro for podcast?
Right? So I'll probably be using that until I get bored of it. We'll see.
Let's see, none at the time.
One at a time. Happened just now.
Okay.
So this is us being productive and going as quickly as possible because we have a lot to go over to start today. As you all know, we did not do info from last podcast, the last podcast. So we have 2 info from last podcast, this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, starting with episode 5, cactus cooler in a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't find any pictures of it or nothing on their website or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
So I don't think it exists.
No dice.
Maybe 1 or 2 times, but not available now. On to the next soda. Where can you find RC? Well, apparently in a lot of places. Southern California, here in Oregon, Washington, not DC, North Dakota, Colorado, Nevada, Texas. It's really big in Chicago.
Oh.
What I found out is that they give a lot of 2-liter bottles away for free at pizza places. I don't know.
It's like, come and get your Chicago deep dish. Here's a bottle of RC.
Here's a bottle of RC on us. It's been going on since RC started pretty much. So it's just kind of a tradition now there.
Is it bottled there?
It's a 2-liter, so I would think so. That'd be a big can.
No, I mean...
Like where do they bottle
is RC from Chicago?
To be honest, I'm going to have to get that for you next time because I did not find out where RC is made.
Well, it makes sense if it was done in Chicago, because then that's why they give you a free 2-liter with your pizza. Also, that's a great deal. Get a Chicago deep dish pizza and a free 2-liter of RC.
Yeah, it sounds like
a full meal deal.
Full meal deal. Deals on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Wheels are pizzas.
Delicious car.
Delicious. They call me Delicious Car.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. And then also pretty much anywhere in the South. I found out that it's super popular in the South. So
interesting.
Yeah. Not like Southern California or like Texas, but, the South.
The real South.
The South. I'm going to skip the next one. I'm going to finish episode 5 and then do episode 6. And I'm going to save this one from episode 5 because it's real juicy and I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
So the next topic from episode 5, Brie Larson's song and Scott Pilgrim, You Are Correct, is by Metric. It's called Black Sheep.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Didn't think you were wrong, but we didn't have 100% on it, so went over it again.
It's so good. God, that soundtrack is good.
It is. It's very good. Go buy it at any Virgin record store near you.
Yeah, streaming's for losers.
So on to episode 6. When did Chicago come out? So the musical came out in 1975.
Okay,
which is what the movie's based on.
Uh-huh.
There was another movie, not the same script, but was based on the play, that was released in 1927.
Oh.
And then the movie that we're referring to came out in 2002.
Mm.
The next topic was which Wayans brother was in the movie The Sixth Man. It is Marion Wayans. Also, fun fact.
How do you say his name?
Mary.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I couldn't tell if you were saying
No, sorry. Marlon Wayans. I was reading the L like an I. I was like, even in my head, I was like, Marion Wayans. That doesn't sound right. It does not sound right. It turns out it's because it's not right. It's like, Marlon Wayans.
I know some of them. There's a lot of brothers, but I did not know that there was a Marion Wayans.
Well, could have got away with it with you at least.
Marlon.
It's Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
There's other people in it. The only other person I recognize out of it was David Paymer.
Who's that?
David Paymer, he's been in a few things. If you want to look it up while I'm reading the rest of these, you're totally welcome to. He's not a huge actor. I like him a lot, but
David Paymer.
Paymer, yeah,
Okay.
Paymer. The next subject was, when did Quigley Down Under come out? That came out in 1990.
Quigley Down Under.
Quigley Down Under. We're having that discussion with my cousins, and their dog whose name is Quigley, and it was like the.
Oh right, and then I was reminded of Mr. Quigley's creepy Christian neighborhood.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, I know who David Paymer is.
Yeah.
He is really good.
Yeah, I like him a
He was
lot.
in something recently that we were watching.
Oh yeah, he was the therapist, wasn't he? Yeah, he was the therapist in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's right, and he, well, spoilers,
Yeah,
turned
spoilers.
out not great.
Well, he did great though, I still feel.
He was so good, yeah.
As always, good job, David Paymer.
Mm.
Gold star. Next was the name of the Mexican food carts on Fifth Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Went along with the theme, did a little Spanish intro for the podcast today in tribute to La Jarochita.
Your Spanish pronunciation is so good.
Oh, thank you.
From growing up in Southern California, you really can tell that's influenced your...
Yes. I still can't roll my R's, but thus is life.
Ugh, amen.
The next one was what the WR Ravens. Remember that? We were talking about WR Ravens and swings. They need more swings. And we're like, oh, good for the kids.
No.
Well, everyone else does because they
Oh.
just listened to this last week.
Okay.
But the WR in Ravens stands for wide receiver. So there you have it.
Okay, cool.
Now the next is Avon and MLM.
Is Avon an MLM? Boom, boom.
Now Tristan is paying attention.
I'm so excited.
Well, I didn't get from Avon.com.
Obviously, they're not going to say, yeah, we are a multi-level marketing
yeah.
scheme.
But when you Google is Avon and MLM, the only articles that come up say Avon and MLM.
Oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
I should really interview my mom, like, in in-depth. Like, it's a joke, but, like, treat it seriously for her.
Yeah.
Did you feel...
We can do like a spot interview. That'd be fun.
On Easter!
Invite her over, pretending we're going to have her here for dinner, and then just interview her.
Hey, Mom, don't mind the mic. I just have some quick questions for you.
Also, speak closely to the mic and clearly, please.
If you could get really close to the mic, that would be very helpful.
Other piece of information, though.
Yes.
The name of that product you were trying to think about is very similar to what you said. It's called Skin So Soft Bug Guard.
Right.
So, exactly what you said.
Well, Skin So Soft is like a whole line. But the bug repellent, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Skin
name.
So Soft
That's the
Bug
name of it,
Guard.
though. So
Okay, cool.
pretty simple. Thank you, Avon, for making that easy on everyone. The last one for this episode was the name of the chocolate that you sold in school.
Oh, yeah.
World's Finest.
Yes, that makes sense because I remember eating it and being like,
I should be selling this, but no, I'm eating this. Or no.
no, actually I was going to go the opposite. Like, this is the world's finest. Be
Yeah.
serious.
I liked it a lot.
It was fine chocolate, but it's not like I would, like, die for it.
No. I wouldn't even get a free pencil sharpener for it. I was horrible at selling those things.
Yeah, no, I was just like, I don't know. I guess my order sheet got lost in the mail, and they're like, we handed it to you. And I'm like, I don't know, bye.
Yeah, sorry.
I think the only sales I got on those things, and, like, the gift wrap stuff,
Yeah.
were from my mom taking it to work, being like, please buy
Pretty
2 candy
please.
bars.
Yeah. Didn't work with my mom because she worked with all of her sisters, and they were all like, no, please buy my children stuff.
Right. That makes sense.
The last one, and I'm going to turn your mic down right before I finish it because
Okay.
I'm expecting a reaction from you. The Better Business Bureau is not affiliated with any government agency.
I know! I know, that's what I said!
No, the Better Business Bureau.
Oh, I said the Chamber of Commerce before.
Yeah. The Better Business Bureau.
So neither of them are?
Neither are affiliated with the government.
That's wild.
No, the Better Business Bureau is not as wild based on what they do.
Right. But they're a bureau.
Yeah, that's
Which
what I think
sounds
got us.
serious.
That's why I looked it up because we weren't sure because it had bureau in there.
Right.
But yeah, it is not affiliated with any government agency.
It's wild to me, like, how much trust we put in organizations that don't actually matter. Like, you're not part of the government. You're a company. You're not a real thing.
Correct. Yeah. And I mean, that's
Crazy.
one, as we talked about, that one's not that big of a deal because, it's a joke to begin with. But it is crazy to know, because it is...
But it used to matter.
Well, yeah, used to matter-ish, I'm sure. But it just still is crazy that, like, what part of the government is regulating that, though? Find out
Right.
next time.
I feel like Yelp replaced the Better Business Bureau.
As far as effectiveness goes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I would never think to go to the Better Business Bureau website and be like, is this business legit or not? And do they have any good happy hour? You know? I would go to Yelp for all that information.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, plus all the complaints go there too now.
Right.
So that's it. We got through it as quick as we could, I think. Not too bad.
Yeah, that was good. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Yeah, that's, let me see. I'm pretty sure that's all that I had. If we forgot anything, please comment. We are on YouTube.
All on YouTube, buddy.
We are officially up somewhere. We're on YouTube. Tristan and Kyle are boring. It's going to pull up Tristan and Kylie. Kylie Jenner.
Right, because of the whole Tristan Thompson, Kylie Jenner, Jordan Woods scandal.
Yes, but it is there.
Okay.
If you want to search, can you search by email on YouTube?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, if you can, it's actually Kyle and Tristan are boring. That'll probably pull us up a lot better. If you want to, search under podcast, this keyword, episode 1, 2, or 3. I don't think there's episodes of the Tristan and Kylie Jenner thing, so that should be fine.
It's one big episode, I'll tell you what.
Yes, but not multiple episodes. So maybe. We'll see.
Oh, while we're here, one quick hot update that came out, I think yesterday or today, just about this college admissions scandal, which obviously when anybody hears this, it'll be old news, but it's still so funny to me that the two main actresses, like famous people that were involved in this scandal, are Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin of Desperate Housewives and Full House, respectively. What's so funny is that Lori Loughlin and all of the parents that were involved in this were presented with a plea deal, and Felicity Huffman took it and pled guilty, I think, and took the deal. Lori Loughlin thought the DA was bluffing. Like, bitch, you're not playing poker. What are you doing? Like, people are not bluffing when offering you a plea deal.
I'm too famous. This isn't real.
This could not be real. So now she's facing more jail time and more fines and fees, which is so funny to me. Good for you.
Yeah, let that be a lesson to someone.
Honestly. And also her daughter recently came out and was like, yeah, I would never have gone along with this if I had known what it would have turned out to be. And like, yeah, no shit. Like, nobody would have. If people thought they were going to get caught, nobody would do anything. People do things because they think they're not going to get caught because they're above the law.
Yeah, or hoping they're not going to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly no one does. Well, I wouldn't say that even. There probably are some people that do things hoping that they'll get caught. There are some people, Like those people, have you ever heard those stories about those people who can't survive outside of prison because they've been in prison for so long?
I have. Those
So
are fascinating.
like little petty crimes so they can get back in.
I was just talking to my coworkers today, actually, about how I've had stupid thoughts before that was like, if I just commit like a felony, nobody gets hurt, but I just like rob a bank or something, if I commit a felony and get sent to prison, I could get so fit there. Like, I would have so much time. I would have nothing else to do but to work out. I would be in the prime of my life.
Yeah, you can get you a really buff tongue too.
Kyle.
Oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't happen?
That's
Okay,
gross.
Good to know.
Stop it.
That's why I watched the documentary Orange is the New Black for nothing. Okay. I think it was on the BBC, right? Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, BBC would. Yeah, but like you would go to prison and just get swole as fuck and come out and be like, yeah, I got my law degree as well. Like, I had all this time on my hands. Sometimes I do think about that. Like, I could do drug dealing and then get caught and then just be, no bigs and just in prison for a few years, whatever. I already have my degree. It doesn't matter. I just get fit as fuck.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Would you wait for me?
Oh, well, yeah, I'd wait for you, but I wouldn't do that personally.
You would wait for me even if I purposely got into prison?
Well, yeah, because that's just what, well, it depends, like how long is it? We're talking like a 2-year sentence or something?
Maybe like 3 years.
3 years? Yeah, as long as it's not over 4.
Would you have extramarital affairs during that time?
No, I'd probably just jerk off a lot and play video games for 4 years straight. So pretty much the 4 years before I met you, same thing. Wasn't having sex then either.
Gross. I just wish I had a wife.
Just kidding, I had a lot.
It's like so much sex, it was crazy.
Stuff though.
Like, my dick was so hurty.
Well, it was like my dick was in prison because it was like getting ripped all the time.
Ripped? Ouch!
Because I was having so much sex. That
But
doesn't
like,
happen?
the skin was ripped or like it was getting buff?
Oh,
Which do you mean?
I'm going to cut this out.
Oh.
Anyways,
Anyhow.
there it is. Yay.
Yay!
On to the next subject, which is subjects.
I thought it was movies.
Wow. Yeah, let's do movies instead. Continuity.
Continuity.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I sent you mine. If you want to check it out.
Chickadee check yourself. Here we go, and...
Chickadee check yourself before you rip your dick yourself.
Oh.
I'm not a big documentary guy, so I don't think this is too shocking.
No, I'm not shocked by this.
But, yeah, I haven't seen any of his. I haven't seen that one, which is Fahrenheit 9/11.
Right.
I haven't seen Bowling for Columbine.
I don't think I've seen any of his either.
Yeah, I'm just not a huge documentary person.
Yeah, and I don't know for me if it's like...
We're going to lose so many followers on this.
I know. Like a blissfully ignorant thing, or if it's just like, I would rather laugh instead.
I don't know. I just think that I don't like Michael Moore.
Oh, that's fair. He's not everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have seen documentaries, and when I see documentaries, they are enjoyable. It's not that I don't enjoy them. I definitely don't seek out documentaries, and I definitely have not seen, I think what it is, I haven't sought out a lot of his. That's just me, though. For everyone listening, I think it's super cool that you're into them, and you should keep doing that, and you're super cool in my book.
Now, did you pick this one because you thought I had seen it before?
No. Running out of movies that I think you might have seen, I think we're going to start running into the territory of...
Nobody's seen it.
Neither of us have seen it. I'm sure
Somebody has.
there has to be at least one of our listeners that have seen this. So.
Yeah.
So if you've seen it, you know what it's all about. I do know what it's about, generally. I can't tell you the entire documentary from start to finish.
Well, here's the synopsis. Michael Moore's view on what happened to the United States after September 11 and how the Bush administration allegedly used the tragic event to push forward its agenda for unjust wars in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Yep.
Further to that, a lot of people think not only did they use the event to their advantage, but that they orchestrated the event to begin with.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things a lot of conspiracies we can go down, for sure. We're not doing that.
My favorite 9/11 documentary is probably the only one I've ever seen, besides the news footage on the day of. But my favorite 9/11 documentary is probably the one where the woman...
Oh, Man on Wire, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No.
It's not the same? Okay.
That's different, I think. No, the one where there's this woman who claims to have been in one of the towers, during the attack. But
It's super fast at running downstairs?
No, I don't know, but she, I don't remember, I watched it several years ago, but she was not anywhere near and was not part of the attack, and basically Munchausen's the shit out of the support groups from 9/11, and it was crazy, and the documentary is so good, I should look it up.
Well, that's fine. I mean, we'll look it up for next podcast.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's perfectly okay to do that. So, I mean, if you identify as a victim of a certain event, then...
That's not how it works.
Okay.
There's also... Did you ever hear that story about the guy from the League?
Which guy from the League?
Steven Renasazi.
Perfect. Steven Renasazi.
I think that I confused that name and the name Joe Randazzo, which
That
I think
makes
is from a show.
Okay.
Anyways, Steven Renasazi, he also was claimed, and he's famous, he's a comedian and he's on TV shows and stuff, but he claimed to be part of the 9/11 attacks and he was nowhere near. That's fucked.
That is pretty
Somebody
fucked.
called him out on it and he had a bunch of PR nightmare stuff go on a few years ago.
I bet. Have you ever heard David Cross's stand-up about 9/11?
No, I don't really like David Cross, but go ahead and tell me what it is.
Well, I want to. I mean, I can't do it justice, but yeah, I can see that. People either like him or they don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know. People that are so, angry and that's their comedy, I'm just I'm not down.
I'm not sure the last time you've listened to his comedy, but...
Oh, okay. Is it not angry anymore?
No, I mean, it's angry, but it's not, yelly.
I don't need it to be yelly angry. If it's just I'm mad at everything. Rawr, it's boring.
Yeah, it's just a lot of making fun of... Well, for example, most recent, it's just, a lot of making fun of Trump. That kind of stuff.
Oh, it's it's been done, dude.
Yeah.
See, for me, that's my take on it. It's okay, I get it, we're all angry. It's been done.
Well, I am excited to see what your movie is. I'm pulling that up right now. Yes, we talked about this. You told me to forget, and great, I did.
It's A League of Their Own. And it makes me really sad because thinking about it, I should have seen this movie. It should have been one of my favorite movies. Looking at the cast alone, it should have been one of my favorite movies of all time.
Now, I've seen this within the last 10 years. This came out in 1992.
Yep.
So that is pretty recent compared to when it came out. And it holds up. I like this movie a lot.
Should we watch this?
Yeah, if you want to. I think it's really good.
Okay. I think I would really like it. I mean, it's got, the Hankster. Anybody who, when they do like their first initial and they're in their last name and it says thanks, no, thank you. Thank you, Tom Hanks. You're truly a national treasure.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Yeah, but it's not just Tom Hanks. There's a lot. It's a really good cast.
Gina Davis, Lori Petty, also from Orange is the New Black.
Madonna.
Are you serious?
Yep. Rosie O.
The legend herself, Rosie O'Donnell. Do you think Tracy Reiner is Rob Reiner's daughter or something?
You know, the answer to that will come the next time. But I really could not tell you, to be honest. But yeah, really good movie. The synopsis I can read to you.
Yes, please.
But basically, it's what happened during the war. There was no baseball. There wasn't much of it. So they started an all-female league for the entertainment while the troops were gone.
Nice.
That's pretty much the story. It's the story about that league, a specific team that they follow in the movie. And it's your typical, so it's a lot like the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Hanks is like down and out. And his luck, doesn't really care, super tempered, gets his team, and then he's like all of a sudden like, I think these ladies are changing my mind.
Oh my god. I love Tom Hanks. Him and Big is like...
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would date that guy.
Yeah, Big and the Man with the One Red Shoe, I think was peak Tom Hanks.
The
Hunkster.
Man with the One Red Shoe?
The Man with the One Red Shoe?
Are you talking about Polar Express?
No.
Oh.
Have you not seen The Man with One Red Shoe?
I've literally never even heard of that.
Oh, it's a pretty good one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
It's kind of similar to The Man Who Knew Too Little, starring Bill Murray.
The Man Who Knew Too Little?
You haven't seen that one either?
No.
Oh man, that one is really good. Well, it's Bill Murray, obviously. It's good. Not old Bill Murray. Old Bill Murray, you're still super awesome. I personally just happen to like your older stuff more. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, The Man with the One Red Shoe. Carrie Fisher's in it.
Oh.
Laurie Singer.
Wow.
Jim Belushi's in it as well.
Oh, Jim Belushi.
Yeah, there wasn't too much that Jim Belushi was in, but yeah. You haven't seen The Man? Oh.
No, I think you're thinking of John Belushi. Jim Belushi is his brother.
Yeah, I like Jim Belushi. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I definitely prefer John.
Well, I think most people do. I think the reason why I like Jim so much is that there was this movie that my dad really liked when I was growing up that Jim Belushi was in. So we watched it multiple times. And he was also in Red Heat.
That's not it.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, you know how I always remember which Belushi it is?
Do I know how, or would I like to know how?
Would you like to know how?
I would like to know.
I always think, who had the show? It's According to Jim.
There you go.
And then it's the other one that I like.
I liked him. So he was in Saturday Night Live too. He was in that movie K-9 with the... Yeah, that one was good. He was also... So the one that...
We have different definitions of good.
I know that we have different definitions of good. So.
Yeah.
But the movie that my dad watched a lot when I was growing up was called Mr. Destiny.
Mr. Destiny.
It's really good. He was in the remake of Curly Sue in 91.
Oh, I love that movie.
See? Other than that, I'm not too sure there's anything else that you like him in. He was in Canadian Bacon as well.
I've never heard of that.
Really? Wow. There is some films for you to be watching.
Wow.
And this is like your era of...
It's my shit.
Well, it's your
Late
mom.
80s,
It's your
early
mom's
90s.
era, so it should have been your era.
Yeah, that's fair.
He also did some voice over work in Pinky and the Brain,
Wow.
which I know is one of your favorite. Also, Gargoyles, a TV show.
Oh my god, those shows scared me.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, so he was in Jingle All the Way, a wonderful Arnold Schwarzenegger film.
That's a joint for sure.
Yeah. I didn't have, so definitely never really had any like action figures and stuff growing up. But I think the reason why I like that one so much is my parents actually got me the action figure that was the action figure in that movie. So I actually had it. That was pretty cool.
What?
So I had that guy. I had a G.I. Joe.
Just one, thank you.
A Batman. And a dump truck. So it was pretty rad.
That's it?
Yeah, and then my Legos consisted of one set that built the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's so cute and sad.
He did a lot of voiceover for the Mighty Ducks TV show, the animated series.
Tight.
He did voiceover work in Cow and Chicken.
Okay.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did
Vaguely.
voice stuff for Real Monsters. That was very convincing.
The way you just said that. Real monsters.
Real Monsters. So he did that.
Real monsters.
Real Monsters. Yeah. He did. All right.
Okay.
He did voiceover work in the Blues Brother animated series.
I didn't know there was an animated series.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? I don't know. Hercules?
It makes sense that he was in it, but it doesn't make sense that there was one.
If there was one, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was in Mad Men. He also did some voiceover work in Hey Arnold. Oh, he did voiceover work in Snow Dogs.
Snow Dog Millionaire?
No, Snow Dogs.
Yeah, that's what I said. Snow Dog Millionaire.
No, the better one, Snow Dogs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Rugrats. Yeah, lots of voiceover work for sure. League of Their Own, Man with the One Red Shoe, The Man Who Knew Too Little, all that good stuff.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
No shoestring attached. No shoestrings attached. Are you a young, hip dude or dudette? Do you like to keep up with all the tall lady shoes or basketball boots? No shoestrings attached is the new way to buy shoes. Other shoe selling companies charge you full price. No shoestrings attached sells you shoes with a $1.76 discount. No shoestrings attached.
Shoes from No Shoestrings Attached do not come with shoestrings. All shipping costs are $22.22.
All right, now we can move on to everyone's favorite subject, subjects.
Okay, what do you have for me?
I am going to let you go first because
Oh.
my last one leads into the next section.
Oh god. Okay. I don't know if if this happens in California or if it's an Oregon thing mostly, but stay with me here. Did you ever experience like horse girls in school?
Hells yeah.
Like the girl who wears like stirrup pants and a sweatshirt with a horse on it and one long braid down her back.
Yes, now I think the misconception, now I grew up far south enough of California where there actually were girls that wore that and they rode horses. But those girls exist whether they have a horse or not. They'll wear the pants, they'll wear the riding boots, they'll wear the sweatshirts.
It's not the riding boot, it's like a ked.
Yeah, but whether you want to admit it or not, I don't think any girl does, the horse girls also wore the horse riding boots. And I don't think girls want to admit that because they like to wear the horse riding boot style of boot, even though they don't ride horses. And
Please
I'm
do
here to
not
tell
bully
you,
me for my boot style.
here's the thing, is I still love you. Women are still beautiful. But here's the thing, you are horse girl if you wear those riding boots.
No, you have to have a long braid down your back.
Well, you're half horse girl. I'm sorry.
No.
Them's are the facts. Yeah, so horse girls, where I grew up, because I think it's different from you,
Yeah.
if they wore all the horse riding boots and all that, then they were rich and had money, so they had braces when they were kids. They have no reason to have it as adults because their parents paid for all that shit.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
then, yeah, like we said, there's the other girls that were just obsessed with horses and were dirt poor, just like you and I. So,
Huh.
yeah, like during birthdays, Mom and Dad, can I please have a horse? Stop.
No, here's a small plastic figurine.
Stop being a horse's ass. You're not getting that.
Wow.
Oh, I don't even love you. You're a mistake.
Cool.
Oh,
Fun enough.
all right. Horse girls. So you work with horse girls.
I work with a horse girl,
A horse girl. Okay.
and she, yeah, like I said, she's older. She wears a crew neck sweatshirt with a turtleneck underneath and pleated, like peg leg pants, and one long braid all the way down her back with a fanny pack. I've never noticed her shoes though. I'm gonna guess they're New Balances, but I'll report back.
Not the orthopedic with the Velcro. She's
I don't
not that
think
old.
so. No, I don't think so.
She doesn't remind you of the mom from 6 Feet Under.
No. I think she's probably, She's not dissimilar.
She's definitely a horse girl.
Yeah, she's for sure a horse girl.
Never had one, but definitely a horse girl.
Frances Conroy.
Conway Twitty.
Conroy, not Conway.
Okay.
Okay.
What up, though?
Oh, so.
Okay.
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 Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, fucking sweet, right?
Fuck yeah. Okay.
So-
Let's do that.
Well, my first thing that I wanted to talk about is that buying a house is hard.
Oh, true.
Yes, I know. So, I mean, for most people who listen to podcasts on YouTube,
Right.
is you're probably like us, you can't afford to pay for good podcasts on channels where you have to pay for podcasts,
Right.
which is fine, which we're the poor podcast station of the people. We don't have a bunch of money either. We do happen to be in a good spot right now. We happen to be in a market that has continuously gone up since I've moved here, at least. Definitely since Tristan has lived here, it's gone up and up. And right now we can make it happen, and I think it's a good financial investment. It will probably stretch us thin a little bit, but for us, it's a good decision.
Right.
But it's difficult. We were talking about it earlier because we just looked at houses today,
Right.
and we found a house that was very cute.
Uh-huh. So
It's
cute.
It's a real pretty son of a bitch, this house.
Uh-huh.
Has a partially wrapped around porch, which if you don't like partially wrapped around porches, you're on the
Fuck
wrong
you.
podcast, that's for sure.
Fuck you.
Yes, also fuck you. But yeah, just all the type of things that we like. But it has a smaller living room. Like, maybe our couch can fit in there. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll
Yeah.
I mean, if we buy it, we'll have to see if it will. Who knows?
Right.
You know, it's a couch that we got for free, and it's more comfy than a couch we can probably afford. So we're going to keep the couch.
Right.
So, you know, things like that. It doesn't have a garage, which it's not the end of the world, but like little things like that. And there's other houses in our price range that have all these things,
Right.
but they're not as cute, and they're not in as good areas of town.
Right.
So it's a hard decision. Like, do we pull the trigger even though there are things about this house that are off? It's across the street from a duplex that
Triplex.
that is painted a one-level triplex
Yeah.
in the shape of an L that's painted about 6 different colors, not intentionally.
No, not on purpose.
No, most of that paint just fell right off.
Yeah.
Does not look like a good situation in many different ways. You
Yeah, it
guessed
is rough.
It's real rough. It looks like, if you've ever seen The Wire, which I know Tristan hasn't, just imagine all those empty apartments where they found all the dead bodies and stuff that they boarded up. It's pretty much, it looks like that, except people are living there.
Yeah. We saw people coming in and out.
Yeah, definitely for sure. There are definitely multiple muscle cars that are not built out at all,
Right.
missing a lot of parts and just sitting on blocks. So lots of different things. It's hard. It's hard to know. You know, are we going to find a house in our price range, which is not a lot? It's, you know, there aren't very many houses cheaper than what we're budgeted for. Most
Right.
of them are in trailer parks, that type of situation, or, you know, they're super mold, like they're going to find new germs that they haven't found yet before in
Right,
humanity, and then
yeah.
like needs super work, and we don't have money to fix it up.
There's
We're-
like one large petri dish.
Exactly, and we're going in with borrowing money from a bank, which is a super great plan, but
What are you gonna do? It's
What
how
do
you buy a house, fuckers.
yeah, so, you know, so it's not like we can just fix up a house. So what do we do? Do we, you know, hope that another house just as cute comes up? Do we pull the trigger? Will we make a mistake? Will another house that's just as cute come up, and then we're stuck in this house that has all the problems that we have for the house when a house that would have been better for us comes up? You know, I don't think anyone knows, you know, unless you have a shit ton of money and you can buy whatever house you want. I think that's kind of just the first buying house thing, is that who knows?
Right. It's really a crapshoot. Nobody knows how it's gonna end up. You get a pretty good idea though walking through some houses. Like some of the houses we saw today were like, no, do not put any money towards this.
No, yeah. I think that when it comes to like, do we put an offer in on this house? That part's hard. There are a lot of houses that are just like, no, I mean, this looks awful. Looks really bad. I mean, I could replace this floor. I can replace this wall, but I'll always feel whatever this nastiness is that I'm looking at behind whatever I put down. You're gonna strip the entire house down and be like, I can still see the black. I still feel the black mold. I can't live here.
Right, it's touching me and my soul.
Yeah. So it's difficult for sure. But a couple things. Number one, this is called Tristan&Kyle is boring. Tristan&Kyle are boring. Sorry.
Right, true.
So, and this might not be entertaining for people who have less money than us, or people who have more money than us. We're right in that sweet spot where it's like, I wouldn't say I have a lot of money, but I'm not struggling.
Right.
That's our core demographic. And I think the other problem that we run into is we have put an offer in a house before.
Right. Yeah, putting in an offer on a house was really exciting and scary, and it did not pan out before. Unfortunately, there was a lot of damage in the house, so that when we did the inspection, we did a lot of hemming and hawing and back and forth with the owner, and it was like, it just wasn't worth it at the end.
Yeah, at the end of it, it was like he even came to some agreements with us, but at the end, we were like, after all this, and he did some agreements, I don't feel like I really want this house now. And that might be first house buying jitters. Maybe we made a mistake with that one too. I feel maybe we just won't know until after we've owned a house first.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Maybe.
But it's funny because our realtor today told us that he was so glad that we did not buy that house. Like, well, tell us then. What are you doing?
Well, I think it's a mixture of two things. Number one, there's certain things that realtors can and can't say.
Sure.
According to
Sex worker.
he says he can't say, I would not buy this house or don't buy this house. Obviously, if you get into that territory, if there's another realtor you don't like, then every time someone that you have, you can just take up on a bunch of clients and make sure they never buy theirs. So I think that's part of it. The other thing too, which has changed a little bit the longer we've known him, is he is British. So
True.
I think oftentimes his emotions are, no, I wouldn't say
they're a bit
blocked,
subdued.
yeah, they're definitely subdued.
Right.
So, but it was good to hear. I think he's opening up to us. Which, the other thing that's great about the situation is we have not done an offensive English accent in front of him, which
is surprising.
Very surprising. Yes.
Yeah, because I often slip into that unintentionally, and
yeah, it's very unintentional. Yeah, I mean,
but it just happens.
It does, like, especially like when you're just. It's a natural human thing to emulate who you're around,
right?
To make them feel more comfortable.
But when we have somebody who's like quite British,
yeah.
I did say cheeky today though.
You did
that was fun.
Yeah, I wonder how he took that.
I just wish that buying a house wasn't so hard, and it wasn't so scary. But it feels like you're signing away like your soul when you go to do it.
Yeah.
And I just wish that you and I were set up better for the life that we want to have. I think we're doing a really good job of making it happen, even though we weren't set up for it. But
yeah, and I think
I just wish it was easier.
Well, yeah, and I think what's important with background is that for both of us, we moved around a lot because our parents didn't have money and decided to have kids, even though they didn't have money. We were not on accident, and they decided to, and they couldn't afford things, and so we're both very paranoid about having a child and not being able to provide for them, just like our parents did.
Right.
And also, I experienced a lot of, we had housing, and I think we even like owned housing and, had to give that up because we couldn't afford to pay mortgages. I've been bankrupt multiple times, and so we're super paranoid about going into this because it's a huge commitment. If we don't keep on top of it, we can lose that, which means a lot more than, having to move to a new apartment.
Right.
So, or, just getting roommates or being late on, being late on rent is different than being late on your mortgage. And I think that's the thing that scares us the most about pulling the trigger on buying a house.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's difficult, but it's also great.
It's exciting.
We're in a place where we can do it. Definitely growing up, I didn't think I'd ever be.
I know, me too.
There you have it.
Here we are, two poor kids trying to buy a house.
But yeah, what's your other topic?
I don't know. I feel like this is kind of nuanced, but I hate it when, let me rephrase that. It bugs me to the core when people hate things just to hate them.
Like David Cross?
No, I have a reason. I don't hate him. I don't like his stand-up. It's different. It's like Louis C.K. Well, Louis C.K. has more reasons to not like him now, but before even all that stuff came out about him, though I had heard rumors about it, like just like being angry and stand up to be angry and that's your whole bit. That's not interesting to me.
Well, let's hope you don't listen to this podcast because that's pretty much what we're doing.
No, not always. But yeah, what bugs me to my core is people that hate things for seemingly no reason. For instance, there's this guy at my work who hates and will not watch or read Harry Potter because of the fandom around it. To him, he thinks that grown women who are... He hates Harry Potter because of the grown women who obsess over it.
Okay.
He thinks that anything that is about children that has grown women obsessing over it is gross and dangerous, and he hates it.
Yeah, I have two different opinions. I think, first of all, you really never know what someone's mindset really is.
Right.
So it's very possible that this guy just has a weird thing that doesn't make any sense. But the other thing too is like I have weird random things that I just hate, that I don't like.
Right.
You know, but I feel like if you really dug deep, instead of just like, well, hey, why don't you like that? It's like, well, I just don't think that grown women should be into that, and a lot of grown women are, so I don't like it. It's not the real answer. There's like a reason. Like there's something deeper than that causes that. You know, but who knows? Maybe I also think some people too are just, well, there's a lot of people that are bigoted and ignorant and hate things for no reason at all. But
Right.
I also think that there's just times where someone hates something for reasons that they don't really know what the reason is deep down.
Right.
Or they do know what the reason is, but they are too embarrassed or have experienced too much shaming for feeling that way. And if you feel a certain way, then you feel a certain way. That's, whether I think you're right or not, and I think you're a dumb dummy for it feeling a certain way is free, and you're able to do that.
Right. True.
Doesn't matter what my opinion is, you're welcome to it.
Yeah. I just feel like if you hate something without giving it a chance, no matter what it is, I mean...
Yeah, no chance.
Save, like, I hate racism. I won't give it a chance. That's fine. But, like, within reason.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I hate jean skirts. I'm not going to wear one.
Yeah. Just don't wear it. And, like, similarly, people that
you
are,
wear
like...
jean skirts. I still love you.
Thank you.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Bork bork. Have dogs that bork? Bork bork.
What else do you have to tell me?
Well, this one will lead right into the next thing, but I don't understand why you can't find the cause of death in obituaries.
Well, it's probably because it's super morbid.
Maybe, but that's the thing is I feel like you should be able to Google it and find it. And like maybe if I dug deep, I can find it. But
yeah, I don't think coroner reports are publicized.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I mean, it's interesting, and I wish I knew. I can imagine what the reasons are for sure, obviously, but I wish I knew because this week we're on Connecticut for obituaries.
We are. Yep.
Mine is for Mary Jo, and this is in quotations, Gleason.
Oh.
Jerry.
Oh.
Jarry, so not like the male name.
Right.
The last name. Mary Jo Jerry, but it's Mary Jo Gleason Jerry. Born 1979, died in 2019.
Oh, wow. She's pretty young then, just 40.
40 years old. And no...
Did you Google her name?
I Googled her name. I looked... a couple interesting things to tell you. I did try to dig, and I could not find cause of death. I don't know. So it's 2 in a row. And I picked this one, obviously, intentionally, because the last time she was super young and no cause of death. Which, if it's personal, I totally understand. Like, for personal reasons, we're not putting it. I don't want to disrespect the dead or anything like that. But, I do want to keep up on the world. Like, are young people dying of random things that I should know about?
I should know about this. This could affect me.
I'm under the age of 40. Do I need to know something?
Yeah, I hear you.
But nothing to be found. So, information on her. She worked in a casino, mainly in a casino. All of her work after high school was a casino, and then she went to a different casino, and then she was a manager, but all casino work which is fun, interesting, I think, to work at a casino.
Yep.
The other interesting thing about it is they did have a funeral. I didn't get the date or anything like that. I think it's a few days after this, but there are calling hours for her in memoriam. So you can call, and there's like a phone number you get, attached, you get connected to family members and you can express your sympathies and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that.
I haven't either, but I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. I think it's wonderful. Like even, sometimes people want to latch on and say things just because they like the attention, like to be part of drama and things like that. But even if that's the case, if it's your 40-year-old daughter that died, which both of her parents are still alive, you don't know if someone's being fake or not. Your daughter's not there to tell them, like, no, I was never friends with him. It's just, I'm sure it's just nice to hear as many good things as you can from people. So I thought that was interesting.
Huh.
But yeah, no, I couldn't find any information. She didn't have a Facebook, surprisingly. But maybe like it got deleted. There was a Twitter account. It didn't seem too great of a situation going on there. But I've never lived in Connecticut. I don't know what it's like to live there and what your options are and what you should or should not be into. So I have no room to really talk about that. But
yikes.
Main thing to take away is there's, so far 2 in a row at least, some weird things going on with young people dying.
Huh. I don't think I told you this, but I don't remember which state it was, but I looked up an obituary and it was a really young dude. He was probably like early 30s. And when I Googled his name, because I was like, oh my God, why did he die? I didn't choose him because when I looked up his name, a bunch of news stories popped up. And he was a drunk driver in a crash. And he killed, in the drunk driving incident, he killed himself and 4 other people.
That's too bad. I mean, I feel like that's, I don't know, this section obviously is a little bit more morbid. Obviously we try to approach it from a little lighter perspective. But I think it's mainly just to call notice that there's life and there's death, there's entertainment and there's a time for everything. But yeah, I personally I just feel like that shouldn't be excluded from there. I mean, part of it is honoring a life that has passed,
right?
But also part of it, it's mentioned now, so at least we know just drunk driving is not a good thing to do.
No, bad idea.
Bad thing to do.
Bad idea.
Good idea at the time. Not so much anymore.
No, not a very good idea. Okay, so my obituary is for Van Rensselaer Halsey Jr. And his nickname is Court.
All right, I can see that.
Like a basketball court.
Oh, not like a court like the Rock?
It's not one, it's quarts.
Oh, okay.
Or a quart of milk.
So that's a really long name. Out of all those names, did they get a nickname out of that or anywhere?
Yeah, actually he's called Court.
Oh, wow, court. Court. A single court.
One court, like a basketball court.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like a quart of milk.
Well, yeah.
Or a court of law.
1 quart of basketball, please.
I'll have 1 quart of basketball.
Thank you.
Please.
He was born in New York City. He's a junior, obviously. His dad is Van R. Halsey.
Points, please.
He served in the Navy during World War II, and after he married Jessie Parks, and he went to Rutgers University.
Rutgers?
He got a BA from Rutgers and went on to an MA at the University of Rhode Island.
Smart man.
Mm-hmm. Several years later, he received a PhD in American Studies, which I don't know what that would be in.
I think he studied America.
Oh,
Vespucci.
University of Pennsylvania. But yeah, he was a lifelong student. He seems to have really been into that. He left behind a lot of family, several children and grandchildren, but he retired early and attended the Yale Divinity School. So while he was at Hampshire, his wife Jessie died, doesn't say how. And then while he went to Yale, he married Clay Halsey, a fellow student. They had a summer home in Connecticut, in Stonington, Connecticut, and they had 2 children. He had a ministry, an Episcopal church, and his wife Clay, 37 years of marriage. They had children, Ashley and William, and their spouses, so he survived by a lot of people. Really sweet.
Rock and roll. speaking of being survived by a lot of people, it's time for NFL news.
Okay.
So I can't wait till more interesting things happen and this draft is done, because it's like bottom of the barrel. Again, I don't know. What do you think? Should we change to like a different sport and just like do whatever the most interesting sport news is that I can find?
Ooh, that could be nice.
Yeah. Well, I think we might do that. If you guys don't like it, just comment, tell us to stop, go back to NFL news, or if you want us to go to a specific sport, just let us know.
Just let us know.
Yeah, whatever you guys comment, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
If you don't comment, then we'll do what we want to do.
Amen.
So there it is. But since we're not there yet, NFL news, it's what we're doing today. So there is a young gentleman by the name, and I don't know if this is exactly how you say it, but I didn't do too much research because it's NFL news, and it's just kind of a light thing to do after obituaries.
Yeah.
So, but the best that I can figure, his name is Leonard Fournette.
Fun.
Leonard's pretty simple, Leonard.
Uh-huh.
So Leonard.
Right.
Last name F Foxtrot O Oscar U Uniform R Romeo N November E Echo T Tango E Echo. So I think there's two different ways you can go.
Fournette or Fornetti.
Yeah, two different ways you can go.
Or if it had an accent on the E, it could be Fournette.
Yeah, it could be Fournette. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But anyways, this gentleman, Leonard,
Right.
was charged with knowingly driving with a suspended, canceled, or revoked driver's license
Yikes.
in Duval County, Florida.
Who does he play for?
He plays for the Jaguars.
Okay.
Yeah, he was previously. So this is actually what I find kind of crazy about this. So recently he has a suspended. I don't know what the article said. Suspended, canceled, revoked. Who knows? But he wasn't supposed to be driving. That's the point.
Right.
And then what caused that was the charge stemmed from a speeding citation from last November, which he failed to pay.
What?
He was cited for driving 37 in a 25. Guess how much that cost?
How much?
$204.
Oh, God. Why didn't he just pay it?
I'm not a professional football player. I would just pay that. Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Imagine.
Maybe he couldn't afford it. But next time next podcast we'll see what the lowest amount you can pay an NFL player is. And if anyone thinks that salary can't afford a $204 ticket, let us know.
In Florida?
Yeah. Well, not even the fact that it's in Florida, it's anywhere. You know?
Right. That's fair.
$204. I can afford that now. Even before in my life that didn't exist before Tristan,
Right.
in this fake life that I had before her,
Pretend.
even I could pay that. I understand. You go without with certain things. You buy a cup of noodles and you eat that for 2 weeks. I get it. But still, $204. Shouldn't be driving just because you didn't pay that. That seems really silly. Current charges now up to $1,508 because of driving without that, which is still super low, I feel. Like revoked, suspended, whatever, driving after not paying a ticket
Just
and not
fucking
supposed to be
pay it.
driving. Still, $1,500 is not too crazy.
Pay it.
But yeah, I don't know the life of NFL players. I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
True.
But it's just crazy that you let that go that way.
Yeah, people that let things pile up like that are just wild to me.
Well, I mean, I've done it. I've let parking tickets pile up and shit. But I just can't imagine that what I was making during that time was anywhere similar to what he's making right now.
Right.
I can't imagine it. I do know that there is a big epidemic. I don't know if you'd call it an epidemic. I think for me I would. But I didn't grow up, someone who's like, yeah, you're going to make it in this professional field or whatever it is. And then through high school, keep doing that. And then college, keep doing that. Then make it to the majors. I think they have a lot more on their plate, a lot more people where they feel like they have to support. So a lot of their money does go to people like their mother and stuff. Like right now, I don't send my mom money. She's doing okay. But if I was a professional athlete, I probably would.
Yeah, probably.
And I probably would to my brother and then all my homies.
Wow.
What up though? So I get it. I mean, a lot of athletes run out of money because they feel this obligation to take care of all these people that help them. And some of it, from what I've read, because I'm not a professional athlete, some of it is people that help them come up. They were there supporting them, made sure they go to practice, made sure they work out. And we're
Bought them cleats.
not even just like financially, but just emotional support. It's like constantly, like at a certain point, for you to be in any professional athlete, you really, all, I don't know. I'm not a professional athlete, so I can't really speak. It's just all the things that I've read and heard and understand about it. It's just like to even try, like to be like, okay, I'm going to go to college and I will be in the draft in the NBA. Why? Because I'm the best basketball player that there's ever been. And that's everyone's attitude. So
Right.
I'm great.
I'm the GOAT.
I'm phenomenal. So to keep that attitude up, even when you are really great, there are valleys. And there are people who intentionally just like, I believe in you. I know you're going to do great. I'm here for you. I could be doing other shit. I could be going out, starting my own thing. But I believe that you have this talent. I'm going to be here next to you and support you and try to get you through this valley because I also think you're the best too.
Yeah.
So, does that necessarily warrant a bunch of money? I don't know. But partially I can see it.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't disagree with it.
Would not disagree. Do you want to try a sign off? What do you think it should be?
There it is.
All right.
What a fun large can.